welcome back to my channel. Right, this is CY. Yeah, my channel is all about having fun making coffee with different tools and different machines. So today we're going to try to dial in the espresso using the Millwright hand grinder from St. Anthony Industry. Right, so currently the setting on the burr is set at pour over, so I'm actually setting the pour over at 45 clicks. So as for the recommendation for espresso, I believe is between 20 clicks and less. So let's start with 20 clicks and see how we can dial in the espresso using the Millwright grinder. Right. So at the moment, I'll be returning my setting to 0. Right. So there are a few ways to do it. You can hold on to the dial on the burr. Right. You can hold it and you can turn the handle outside, or you can just hold on to the handle and turn clockwise to make it finer. So currently I'm a setting of 45, so I should do a 45 clicks in clockwise direction. Right, that's 20 click. That's another 20, so now we are at 40 clicks closer to 0 setting. I should be able to click another 5 times. Right, so you can see this is 45 clicks in the clockwise direction. So by the time I hit 45, I should be able to return to 0. Right, so you can see I cannot turn anymore. So it's pretty easy to adjust. So right now I'll start maybe at 20 clicks anti-clockwise. That's 10. Right, so that's 20. So now we'll try to dial in the beans with 20 clicks and see how it goes. Right, of course I'll be dialing in the beans using the Breville Barista Pro. Right, so I'll be using the Montella bean as well, because the Montella beans are actually designed for espresso. Right, so let's try. We'll do about 18 grams. Okay, that's 18.1. That's good enough. Right, okay, let's fill this inside. I have also designed the thumb stop, right, for the grinder. Right, I designed this with 3D printers. This is printed with elastic filament, right, called the TPU. Right, so you can just empty this way. Right, so nothing will be spilled out. Close the top hatch first. Right, then you screw in the bottom. Right, so let's give it a grind. Right, the sound is really pleasant and it's quite easy to turn. Right, should be almost there. Right, okay, so now everything should be good. At 20 clicks, let's try to dial in. Right, I'll be using portafilters to see the expression. So same thing, I would usually run proper warm-up. So if you have been following my channel, right, you should know, you should already know that I always do proper warming up by holding the single shot button until the menu comes out and let it run for 10 seconds. Okay, that's good enough, 10 seconds. Right, so at the same time, my cups, my portafilter, as well as my group head is all warm up. Okay, let's try this. I'll be using the dosing funnel, even though I don't dose directly here. Right, but you can see this goes in nicely. Right. I would say the grind is very consistent, right? It's definitely more consistent than the grind on the built-in grinder. Right, let me show you. Right, here we can see it's very nicely grinded. So let's try to distribute and then temp. Right, and because it's manually grinded, there's no clumps or whatsoever. Okay, let's see whether we can get a good extraction. We always we try to temp it as well. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Let me clean the station. Right, so right now I'm using the Millwright hand grinder for espresso. I'm using 20 clicks from 0. Right, let me bring you closer for the shot. Holds like 7 seconds for pre-infusion. Wow, the extraction is really very good. I think this is spot on for the shot, right? So let's look at it. Right, take a look at the shot. It's a beautiful shot, right? So you can see 20 clicks. I'm able to achieve a very good quality espresso, but let's try to taste it. Right, it is about, in terms of volume, I can't really see. I'll run a second shot to see whether I can get the same consistency, but let's try the shots and see how it tastes. There's a lot of crema, right? Wow, it's really sweet. Wow, so much difference. Oh, I've never tasted the shot to be so it's not totally not bitter, and it's definitely sweet, and I can hit the sweet spot pretty fast. I will try to increase the click by 1 and see whether you can make it flow slightly faster, because at the moment I think it's flowing slightly slow. Right, so let's try to do one more shot. Right, just now it's 20 click. The beauty of using manual grinder is you can adjust the setting pretty easily, and you don't have to worry that the setting will be different every time. So if you can get cooked espresso from this particular bean at 20 clicks, you'll be 20 clicks all the time, right? And you don't have to worry that the settings will run. Right, however, on the I think currently my internal burr setting is already at 3. Previously it was at a default of 6, and I have recently adjusted all the way down to 3 to be able to get a good extraction for this the same bean that I'm doing today. Right, so now I'll increase the adjustment on the burr. I'll increase the setting by 1. Right, same thing, lock it, increase anti-clockwise by 1 click. Right, and let's see how it goes again. Right, again measure 18 grams. That's exactly 18 grams. Okay, so now same thing. Unlock, open the catch. Okay, throw in the beans. Right, everything is nicely catching. Close the bottom catch. Right, close the cover. Right, this Millwright grinder, on paper is stated I can actually put in about 28 grams of beans. It's pretty comfortable when you're grinding it at about 18 grams. Right, but if you are doing pour over, and if you want to do pour over for higher volume, right, it may be a bit more tiring, because you're going to grind maybe 1 or twice. If you want to grind 30 grams, you probably have to grind twice, right? But you can grind 15, which will make it easier for you to grind, right? So okay, so let's try to, now it's 21 clicks, so let's try. Right, it's really very nice. Yeah, the grinding is really very nice, very smooth. Right, I don't really use a lot of strength. Right, I think the thumb stops did help a lot, because the texture on the Millwright grinder is actually pretty smooth. So with the thumb stop, right, I can pull firmly. Just take it easy, right? Don't use too much of your strength, so that it doesn't get yourself tired. Almost there. Right, I can see that it's done already. Right, tap it, remove the handle. Right, unscrew the bottom. Right, again you can see that the grind is very consistent. So let's remove this. Let's try another shot. Flush. So again, I'll use the dosing funnel. Right, so this is what you can do. Right, everything is clean inside. Let me show you the grind again. You can see that the grind is very consistent. Right, the dish really beautiful. So this is a very cheap upgrade as compared to buying a electric burr grinder. Right, if you can get, if you are not pulling many shots a day and you're just pulling one or two shots a day, I think this is a great alternative, right, to the electric grinder, which costs a reasonable one will cost at least $400 for the Breville Smart Grinder Pro. For the quick mill will cost about $600. For the Eureka Minion Specialita will cost around $800 to $900, right? So yeah, depending on your budget, and the Millwright grinder is only cost about $200, right? And it can give you much better grind in terms of consistency as compared to the built-in grinder. So let me distribute and tam. Okay, now I'm doing 21 clicks on the Millwright. Okay, let's try to pull a second shot and see. Right, let's see how it goes. The shot is very good. 20 seconds. It's extracting. It's a bit extracting is still a little bit slow. Right now I'm hitting about 30 seconds already, and I only extracted about 27 grams, 28 grams, which means I can increase the number of clicks by 1, and I think by the time I hit the next click, I should be able to get my perfect ratio of 1:2. But let's try to see how the shot tastes like. This is definitely a better shot as compared to just now. Right, you can see the crema. Right, let's try to see the taste. Cheers. Wow, this is better than the previous one, right? Yep, I don't usually like espresso shot, but I can definitely drink this. It's really quite nice, right? So this is our second shot, which is really better than the first one. So right now I'm gonna do one more shot, right? I'll increase the number of clicks to 22, and I think 22 is the sweet spot for the maximum class of the Cafe Metella Roma coffee beans, right? So let's try. So let's measure the bean first. Right, this will be the last shot. I'm going to try with the Millwright hand grinder. Right, okay, 18.3, so let's take out 1. Okay, 18.1, that should be around the same. So let's open the top catch, right, down the beans inside, right, screw the bottom, close the cover, right, and let's try to grind one more time, right. So you can see it's a very nice sound and grind. It's actually quite pleasing. Right, I don't really use a lot of effort. The palm stop definitely helps a lot, because I actually don't have to grip onto the body of the hand grinder very firmly. Right, I can rely on my thumb resting on the thumb stop to push. Well, this grinder actually weighs about 500 to 600 grams, so it does get a bit tired because of the weight, right? But you can just take a rest, you know, and grind again, right? Right, okay, it's done. Right, you can hear that the beans are gone. Right, so remove the handle, tap it. Remove the chamber. Right, so let's see. Again, very consistent grind. Right, flush. Okay, so with my dosing funnel, right, everything is in. Very consistent grind, and really, I really like this grinder. Right, you can see that the grind is really very good. Right, I don't even need to, I can straight away distribute it. Right. Okay, and that's 10. Right, let's pull the last shot and see how it goes. Okay, let me bring you closer to take a look. Alright, let's run the shot. 7-second pre-infusion. Beautiful shots. The ratio is still slightly less than 1:2. I'm hitting about 30 grams, 18 grams in, 30 grams out. So I can easily adjust the burst to increase by 1 or 2 click, and I think by the time I increase by another click, I can really achieve the perfect 1:2 ratio. So you can see that the Millwright grinder, it makes the adjustment of dialing in the beans really very easy, right? The only effort is probably the effort in grinding, manual grinding itself, right? So if you don't mind a little bit of workout, right, this is actually a very good grinder, right? You can consider, right? If your budget is less than $300, and if you don't mind to do a bit of work, right, this will be a great option. when you want to consider buying a grinder, right? So I definitely recommend the Millwright grinder, right? I can do espresso at about 22 clicks, right? I can even increase it further, which means I think the perfect grind setting for my beans here is probably 24 or 25. So this thing can definitely grind finer. I mean, can even go Turkish, right? So for the next episode, I will try to do a pour over demonstration on the Millwright grinder, right, to show you the difference between the grind from the Smart Grinder Pro versus the tasting note from the Millwright grinder from St. Anthony Industry. So let me taste the shot and see how it goes. Very beautiful shots. Right, cheers. Wow, delicious. Very, very good, right? Awesome. I think it's even easier than my Eureka Mignon Specialita in terms of dialing in, right? So this is done on my Breville Barista Pro, right? I'm sure it will taste even better if I do it on my Quick Meal Rubino, right? That will be in the later videos. So I hope you have enjoyed with me in the process of dialing in on the Millwright grinder from St. Anthony Industry. Definitely worth considering, right? Okay, if you like my video, please do consider subscribing to my channels, right? I'm CY here, and I hope to see you again very soon. And if you do like my videos as well, and ring the bell, right, for any future video releasing, so that you can be updated when I release any new videos, right? Okay, have a great day and see you very soon.